Today, we're taking a look at 5 iconic tourist spots that no longer exist. They might have been popular at one time, but for one reason or another, fans and visitors eventually had to say goodbye. The destinations are diverse, but they've got one important thing in common: they're all sorely missed. We wish that we would be able to get a chance to go back in time and visit these beautiful places. Number 1. Original Penn Station, New York. The original Penn Station was a true feat of architectural beauty. It was a must-see sight in New York City. It was designed in the Beaux Arts style, with the station officially opening in 1910. Afterward, it flourished through the 40s while receiving more than 100 million passengers annually. That's a lot of people. However, in 1963, Penn Station was moved underground so that Madison Square Garden could take its original spot. Needless to say, this decision did not go over well, and some New Yorkers are bitter about it to this day. It's a shame they didn't have much say and the history of his station wasn't preserved. Number 2. Pink and White Terraces, New Zealand. If you had been born a couple hundred years earlier, you might have had the chance to see the natural wonder of the pink and white terraces of New Zealand. These breathtaking terrace pools formed when geothermal springs erupted, leading to the gradual buildup of pink and white silica, which occurred naturally in the water. Unfortunately, the pink and white terraces were lost in 1886 when a nearby volcano, Mount Tarawera, erupted and consumed the area. Many other settlements were destroyed in the same eruption, which is considered the deadliest since the Europeans arrived. However, some researchers have speculated that part of the terraces still exists underwater on the lake floor. Number 3. River Country, Disney World. Disney World is a magical place, as long as you're not trying to visit one of the defunct places that the corporation abandoned. Enter River Country. This country-themed water park was the first of its kind in Disney World when it opened in 1976. However, it ultimately closed from more competition from Disney. That's right. In 1986, Disney World opened a second water park, Typhoon Lagoon. With its larger size, better parking, and more attractions, River Country just couldn't compete. And then they opened a third water park, and things got even worse for River Country. It was closed down for good in 2001. Number 4. Duckbill Rock, Oregon. What you see was what you got with the Duckbill Rock of Cape Coanda. It was a 7-foot sandstone rock that looked like a duck's bill. Not the most riveting destination, but it was still a beloved spot by people who had visited. It attracted tons of tourists every year until the worst happened. In 2016, the formation toppled over. At first, experts thought it had toppled on its own, but video footage was later recovered that showed people knocking it down themselves. Apparently, it was an act of revenge, as a friend had recently broken a leg on it. That just ruined it for the rest of us. Number 5. Stardust Casino, Las Vegas. If you wanted a classic Las Vegas experience, you headed to the wondrous Stardust Casino. This iconic spot on the Strip was a favorite of the iconic Frank Sinatra and was home to Siegfried and Roy's magical act. Despite its historic status, it just couldn't compete with the new, up-and-coming Vegas. As more major casinos and venues started to show up on the Strip, people began to forget about Stardust. Stardust just couldn't compete. It was demolished in 2007 to make way for a new casino. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button for more videos.